Are you ready to make 2025 your most unforgettable year of travel? Well, get ready because I'm about to take you on a journey to 5 destinations that should absolutely be on your bucket list. These places aren't just beautiful, they're transformative, and let me tell you, I've been to each one of them. So this isn't just a list, it's a personal recommendation from someone who's lived it. So stick around because you'll find out not only where to go, but why these spots are so unique, especially for Christian travelers. Plus, if you've been dreaming of traveling to Jordan or South Korea or Malta or Greece, I've got something special for you at the end. Hey there, I'm Tools and welcome to my channel where I share tips and inspiration to help you travel on your own terms. So, let's start with Malta. Imagine standing on an island that has been a crossroads of civilizations for over 7,000 years. Malta is small, but it's absolutely packed with history, charm, turquoise waters. I love that. That looks like they belong on a postcard. One of the must-visit places here is the St. Paul's Bay. According to the Bible, this is where the Apostle Paul was shipwrecked on his way to Rome. Again, if you're reading in Acts 28, the very last chapter in Acts, you will see the story there. So can you imagine walking on the same land where the Apostle Paul once stood sharing the gospel? You also want to explore the capital city of Valletta. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site that feels like you've stepped back in time. It's beautiful and it's like feeling like you are in history. The streets are lined with golden sandstones, buildings, stunning cathedrals, and vibrant markets. Don't miss the Grand Harbor. It's breathtaking. The photos you're going to get there, amazing. Also, just sitting there and just watching life go by. It's pretty special. If you're into adventure, take a ferry to Gozo. It's Malta's sister island. Gozo is quieter, it's more laid back slice of paradise where you can explore the Azure window, you can snorkel in the crystal clear waters, or you can hike through the lush countryside. Gozo is for the adventurer. You would absolutely love it there. It's a perfect mix of relaxation and exploration. Malta is the place to add. All right, now let's head on over to another country in Europe, which is Montenegro. I loved Montenegro. I was just there this last fall in 2024, and gosh, if you've never heard much about it, you're in for a treat. Montenegro is one of Europe's hidden gems. Picture this: rugged mountains, medieval towns, beaches that feel so untouched by time that it's just like it was just separated for you. One of my absolute favorite places there is Kotor. The old town of Kotor is like stepping into fairy tale. The narrow cobblestone streets leading to stunning squares and lively squares too. There are a lot of things happening there and churches. You can also climb up to the Kotor fortress for a panoramic view that will leave you speechless. Here's the thing though, you don't have to climb all the way up because the journey up is quite a bit. But when you get about halfway there where you actually have to buy the tickets, even the view from there to see the harbor, it's breathtaking. That's what I did because I wasn't about to climb all the way up, but some other day probably I will do that if I ever visit Montenegro again. Not even if, I will be visiting again. So another must-see spot in Montenegro is Perast. It's a tiny coastal town where you can take a boat ride to Our Lady of the Rocks. It's this man-made island with a fascinating story behind it. You should check it out. I actually tried to do that on several days, but unfortunately the weather wasn't really on our side, so we weren't able to do that. So I'm definitely going back to Montenegro to go on the island of the Our Lady of the Rocks. So if you ever visit, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your beautiful photo. And if you're up for a drive, you want to head to Piva Lake in Plusin. The views here are absolutely stunning. I honestly chose Montenegro to be on my list because of a photo I saw of Piva Lake. I'm like, I have to go see that. And I'm so glad I went to go see for myself because it's so worth it. The drive is so worth it. The views here are absolutely stunning. It has crystal clear water surrounded by these dramatic cliffs and lush greenery. The photos I got from here, like you can see from yourself, it's beautiful. So, for a peaceful retreat, you will want to visit the Komarnica region. This valley is surrounded by mountains and it offers a serene escape, perfect for reconnecting with nature and soaking in Montenegro's raw beauty. I really loved it here. We stayed at the ethno village Komarnica with these triangular houses. And it's just really beautiful during the day and also at night. I can't even imagine what it will look like in the fall and also in the winter when, after a fresh, snowfall. It would just be so beautiful. Alrighty, we're leaving Europe now. We're heading to Iceland. It's the land of fire and ice. There's nowhere on earth quite like Iceland. Every corner of the island feels like it belongs on another planet. So one of the top spots you want to visit is the Golden Circle. It's a route that includes the spectacular Gullfoss waterfalls, the geothermal geyser area, and Pingvillier National Park, where the North American and the Eurasian tectonic plates meet. So I actually went on this tour. It was so beautiful. I had the car to myself. It was just me and the driver, and just got to learn a lot and just see a lot. It gets really cold, so you want to make sure that you grab a jacket. Here's a fun fact. Thingvellir is also where Iceland's first parliament was established over 1,000 years ago. They're so proud of this, they would always make sure to tell you. But here's the thing, the real magic happens when you soak in these thermal waters at the Blue Lagoon Spa. So after a long day exploring, you will want to come to the Blue Lagoon Spa. Imagine being surrounded by volcanic landscape while relaxing in these milky blue waters. They're rich in minerals and naturally heated. It's the ultimate way to unwind after a day of exploring. I loved it here. The steam rising against the backdrop of Iceland's dramatic scenery makes you feel like you stepped into a dream or into like this perfectly curated movie. Trust me, you want to go there and you would never want to leave. All right, next up is Jordan. It's a country that's as ancient as it's awe-inspiring. If there's one place in Jordan that you absolutely cannot miss, it is Petra. So you see, this ancient city carved into rose red rock is one of the new seven wonders of the world. Walking through the Sikh, a narrow canyon that leads to the iconic treasury, feels like stepping into another world. But Jordan is more than just Petra. Did you know you can also visit Mount Nebo? This is where Moses first saw the promised land, where God showed Moses the promised land. So if you're a Christian, Jordan is a place you want to go. The view from the top is breathtaking and it's such a powerful moment to stand in a place with so much biblical significance. I'm going to be going to Jordan for the second time, so I'm really looking forward to it. Another highlight is the Dead Sea. You can float in these salty waters even if you can't swim. Okay, it's also the lowest point on the earth, so it makes it a fun place to share with your friends and your travel buddies. So if you're an adventurer, you like otherworldly places, Wadi Rum, also known as the Valley of Moon, is a must. It's a desert landscape that's, like I said, it's otherworldly. You can explore it by jeep, by camel, or even a hot air balloon. Because of the winds though, the hot air balloons mostly they don't really like fly because you always just have to time it. The winds have to be right, so sometimes it does get cancelled. So you want to keep that in mind. So here's a little secret that I've been keeping from you guys. My travel company, Adamos Travel, if you haven't heard of it, has a group trip coming up to Jordan this April 2025. You can check our website for the details. So imagine experiencing all of this with like-minded travelers. Trust me, it will be unforgettable, and there's going to be a photographer to capture you in this beautiful scenery. Last but definitely not the least is South Korea. This country stole my heart. The first time I visited South Korea, I'm just like, I could live here. I want to come back. And I know you will really love it too. So South Korea is a perfect blend of tradition and modernity. You want to start your journey in Seoul. It's the city that never sleeps. One of the most beautiful major cities in the world. So you want to visit the iconic Gyeongbokgung Palace to see a piece of Korea's royal history. Then hop on over to Myeongdong for some of the best street food you would ever taste. And you can also get Korean skincare from there as well. Trust me, you haven't lived until you've tried Korean fried chicken or otteok. It's this sweet pancake filled with brown sugar and cinnamon. And what better way to try that in South Korea? And if you're a nature lover, you'll want to head to Jeju Island. It's known as the Hawaii of Korea. Jeju is home to stunning waterfalls, volcanic craters, and absolutely beautiful beaches. One of the iconic spots you want to visit is the Seolsong Ilchebong. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. It's called also the Sunrise Peak. You can watch the sunrise from here. It's just this beautiful experience. Some even call it spiritual. And if you're in South Korea in October, you're in luck. Almost Travel is organizing a group trip and you do not want to miss it. We'll explore Seoul, Nami Island, and Busan, diving deep into the culture and history of this incredible country. I told you guys, it stole my heart and I just loved it. South Korea in the fall is breathtaking. You do not want to miss it. So, I've given you 5 destinations. Which one of these destinations is calling your name? Whether it's the biblical history of Jordan, or the cinematic landscape of Iceland, the charm of Malta, the hidden treasures of Montenegro, or the vibrant culture of South Korea. 2025, honestly, can be your year to explore. Don't let these bucket list spots remain just dreams. Let's turn them into reality together. And hey, if Jordan or South Korea is on your list, you want to click the link in the description box below to sign up for one of our group trips of utmost travel to these places in 2025. You make memories that will last you a lifetime, okay? Here's the thing though, before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out the next video on your screen. It's packed with more travel inspiration to fuel your wanderlust, of course. So, I'm here to give you tips and inspiration to make sure that you travel on your own terms. See you in the next video. Bye.